he has changed due to fame is not who we once knew. She has changed. She's not the person we once knew. Well, it's normal for people to change when they attain certain stardom. You can expect them to be the same way they were from the debut up to now. As they grow, there might be changes in many and different ways due to different reasons. But does fame really have a 360-degree effect on the life of a K-pop artist or the fans themselves? Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Aniasigo Niger podcast, where we discuss K-pop related topics, K-drama related topics, and Korean content just in general. And if you do not know, I urge you to go listen to the other podcast episodes we have on the channel. I believe you'll not be disappointed. So straight to the conversation for today. Specifically, when people say K-pop artists have changed, they've changed because of fame. They might and they might not have. And I do not have a name for anybody actually. I think they all try to stay the same person they have always portrayed in front of us. But yeah, some do turn more mature and some have similar changes, and that's perfectly normal. And this brings me to the topic today. Who gets affected most by fame in the K-pop industry? Is it the artists or the fans? You know, fame is a very fantastic subject. The glitters, the glamour, the power that comes from being very famous and being an household name really attracts a lot of people. However, you know, beyond this fame, this glitter, this glamour, there lies a reality that people do not want to talk about, but which is not the topic for today. It lays a very big psychological burden on most artists. You know, the psychology of fame begins with the pursuit of it. Yes, and I think many factors may propel someone to chase after fame, be it a desire for validation, acceptance, which can stem from their deep-rooted insecurities. Others may see fame as a means of achieving power, wealth, or as a route to societal contribution. Once an individual attains this fame, the question of identity becomes very critical. I don't think anybody that has really gotten to that level in life where he is she is an household name and fame comes into play does not experience a lack or a clash of identity. And fame often necessitates a public persona that might be vastly different from an artist's private self. You see most artists struggling to balance two identities, one for the public, one for private. And you see many of them experiencing identity crises. They feel lost and disconnected from their authentic self. We've seen a lot of K-pop artists that have come out to talk about this, having a clash of two different identities of who they portray outside and who they portray inside. And this brings me to the issue of bond between the fans and the artists. You know, when a group is created, the company creates a bond between the idol and the fans because interaction is very vital to sustaining a growth of a group. So the fans then create a fandom culture, a community built to share enjoyment of an aspect of popular culture, to stay connected even though they've never met each other. Once this friendship that is driven by similar interests is established, fans create a sense of belonging with each other. Hence, they form a collective identity where they term themselves as this. For example, BTS fans call themselves as ARMY. We see Blackpink, they have Blinks, we have Stray Kids, they call themselves Stays, and a lot more. This identity then leads to creation of an imaginary community, a place where fandoms come together, they view fandom activities, they participate together, even though most of them have never seen themselves. However, most of these activities are imaginary. I call this imaginary because All or some of these activities are mediated on the internet, on the online realm, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, which is considered a place where all K-pop fandom activities take place. You know, I've understood that fandom culture has given this rise to fans supporting their idols not only emotionally but also financially, because whether you like it or not, K-pop is a business-oriented industry. Given the fact that these artists often have to pay back debts they've accumulated during their training years, so fans are motivated to invest in them not only emotionally but also financially. Whether you like it or not, most K-pop groups are dependent on their fans to make an income. Look at this from this angle. You drop an album. What do you expect to buy? What do you expect to listen to it? Your fans. As your popularity grows, that is when you have deals, you have endorsement deals, you have people noticing you, and that is through the effort of your fans making you known. Yes, your company has a hand in pushing you out there, but without your fans, without people knowing who you are, I doubt you can have an impact or not. So, personally, back to the topic, I have not really talked about the fame. I'm just talking about fame and fans in general. But now, personally, I think when it comes to fame, I think both the artists and the fans are affected. And I'll say this from the positive and negative angle. So, fame comes. Let me paint a scenario. A group that has been nurtured and by a company. The fans has been there from day one, seeing you grow over time, seeing your progress over time. Then you've attained this stardom that they are so proud of you. I'm trying to explain what it means to fans to be really involved in the fame. Does this fame really affect the fans? Yes, it does affect the fan because they're part of your success story. Even though most of them do not get the material things, they don't get the material accolades. But when it comes to acknowledgement, they are acknowledged as people that had your back, the people that were part of your success story. They are people that are part of your success stories. They had a hand in your growth. So that is the positive part of it. Then the negative, let's go to the negative. I've always said this, that nobody should say no fandom is toxic. Every fandom is toxic, whether you like it or not. There is a toxic side of every fandom. It's just that group has not gotten to a level where they are well known for those toxic traits to be exhibited. I believe that as fame grows for a particular group, there is tendency for fans of this particular group to react negatively to this fame. And let me tell you where I'm coming from. Imagine a group not known from anywhere just coming up, very good, very, very great, like so popular now, everybody knows them, and all of a sudden you have somebody that is trying to just write them off or just do something to them. The fans then get up and start attacking back verbally on all social media platforms, like you were not there when this happened. Then starts telling you the stories. Like, it gets to a stage that it comes off as very toxic, but that's the fact. The fame is there already. They have this popularity and they leverage on the popularity that take to this is who we are now. You don't have a stage, you don't have a stand beside us. We've passed that level where you can talk trash to us. I believe that is where it comes into play. Both fans and artists are impacted by the fame. I don't believe it's the artist alone that is affected. The fans also are affected, but it's now dependent on the fans to determine how this fame will influence them, be it positively or negatively. Another way fans are impacted positively, there's this societal contribution they do in the name of these people, in the name of that people. We are fans of these people, so we are contributing this to the society. So it's a two-ball game, both positive and negative for fans, and for even artists too. It can be both positive and negative. Fans using their fame for something good, or you using your fame in a negative way, just concluding that yes, I am now on top of the world, I am now big, I am not that, I can do some certain things I couldn't do before. That is what I believe personally. So when it comes to people affected by fame. I think both the artists and the fans are affected by fame. Even the company is affected by the fame. I think this is now determinant on you as a person. How would you allow this fame impact you? Is it positive or is it negative? This is all I have. This is just my own perspective on this. What do you think about it? Do you think fans too are affected positively or negatively by the fame that comes from being popular? Please let me know down in the comment section what you think about this. Do you think there is an angle to fans being affected by the fame of a particular artist they love and like? Please let me know in the comment section below. Until I meet you in another episode of the podcast, do well to save, eat well, drink well, and watch a lot of K-drama. Also, do check out other episodes of the podcast and comment. Bye for now.